Hello and welcome to my 8th drama vlog. Over the course of this week in drama, we began our work on blocking and creating the stage for our big new play 222. On Monday we were sent back into our groups and we were told to come up with a list of props that we will need for creating the stage. We had to work with several other groups in order to come up with this big list. We all went over the script numerous amount of times, and afterwards we finally finished our list on what we will need to create the set. Once we finished that, we handed the list to Becky and began work on creating the actual stage for our piece. We all went through the script again in order to find all of the props and pieces of furniture that were used in the play, continuously going back and forth between the script in order to find everything we could. We wanted to find as many pieces of furniture as possible in order to make it as accurate to the play as possible. We first began by adding in 2 tables in centre stage, which is where all 4 of the characters will spend a majority of the play. We then started to expand on just the house in general, creating separate areas on the stage for the separate different rooms, like the garden, the patio, the kitchen, the bedrooms, everything else featured in the book. We tried to make sure we could at least include it on the stage. We brought in several different props that we had, like the tables and chairs mostly, in order to test where they would best look, where both we and the audience could see them, if they would be a hindrance to us walking across the stage, and again just how easy it would be to access them during scenes and rehearsals. After a while we finally finished construction on it, which means we could officially begin the rehearsals. Yay! The first group got to start the rehearsals first, which means my group and the others just sort of had to sit and watch them, take notes, examine the blocking and sort out our own positions for when we eventually could start rehearsals. To be honest, this was still quite valuable, as I could watch Max's take on Ben and take notes on his performance, see if there was anything of his I could maybe pick apart and use and bring into my own performance for when I could begin rehearsing. Afterwards, whilst they were continuing to rehearse, I began taking notes on the blocking. I made sure to note everything down and describe exactly when and where I need to be at all times during the rehearsals. At the beginning of my first scene, scene 3, I needed to begin at upstage right, sitting on a imaginary beanbag. After Emily's character Lauren spills her wine all over the floor, I need to move to go grab some toilet paper, so I move to upstage left. Then a few pages later, when Ben goes to fix the boiler, I must move back to upstage left, just behind the curtains so that the audience can't see me. After a few more pages, I then eventually move back onto the stage and walk to centre stage, which is where I remain for several other pages with the characters, talking about the ghosts and the supernatural. Once that's finished, me and Josh's character Sam leave to go grab some booze and food for later. So I move back up to centre stage, upstage left, behind the wings, where I remain for a plethora of other pages. There's still a lot more blocking to do, but so far that is where we've got to. When it comes to characterisation, I've only read the script a few times, so I don't have the best understanding of Ben so far. I'm planning to do a little bit of research by watching old recordings of the play to see what techniques the actors who played Ben have used. But overall, my main intention is to do my own spin on the character and see if I can try and do something new with him. I'm going to try and focus on all the different acting techniques I've learned, mainly mannerisms, different qualities, pitch, tone of voice, things like that, to try and see if I can build a character around him and help flesh him out a bit more. Give me a bit more understanding of who I'm performing. All in all, I know we're only on our 2nd week, but I feel like me and the others are doing pretty well so far. I feel like if we can just crack down with these lines a bit, I think we'll be okay to perform in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.